Hello and welcome back to another episode of Finger Guns with Tony, Dave, and James. I am your co-host, Dave Baldwin, and here I am with
Tony B.
and
Jimmy.
And how are we doing tonight, fellas?
Doing good. Ready to talk about that good old thing called the movies.
Movies.
It's been a while.
Moving pictures.
Cinema.
What Mr. Scorsese calls cinema.
With a capital C.
Capital C.
It's been a while since we recorded an episode.
It has been.
Yeah.
It has been. Not to pull the, not to peek behind the curtain too much for our audience to know that we recorded in 1992 a while ago.
I'm sure that I'm sure
they
audiences
noticed.
don't care.
I'm sure they
about our
noticed.
recording schedules.
They're like, where's the best May worst? I don't know, man.
Nah, we didn't have it in the bag for that one.
We couldn't let you know when that was recorded, so nothing that timestamps us.
Yeah.
how
We can't have that in this game.
No.
But we're here now. It's been a while, so please
It's been a while.
don't do that.
Sorry.
One more
Please,
time, James.
Tony B, stop whatever you're doing. It's weird. Tell me what your best movie was.
Oh, we're just going right into Best Worst Man?
Yeah, we might as
buddy.
well.
What the hell?
There's no time like the present.
Can I just take a brief interlude to mention that I finally saw Top Gun Maverick?
It's about fucking time.
Tony, you've seen it one time. Dave, you've seen it
Twice.
twice.
Both with you.
Both with me. I've seen it 5 times.
He
I got
clearly,
nothing.
he clearly loves it.
He clearly loves it. He clearly
It's
loves
my
it more
movie,
than I
man.
love
It's my
Titan.
jam.
And that's
4
something.
times.
4 times?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 4 you saw.
1, 2, 3, 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when we go...
so we're
when,
tied.
How?
for Titan.
Oh, for Titan. Yeah,
For
yeah,
Titan.
yeah.
So when...
Looks like I'm going home and watching Titan.
Except, excuse me, you saw Titan because you have the disc, right? Like you bought the Blu-ray. That's why you've seen it. So...
I've actually Amazon Prime.
Right. So how many times did you see Titan in theaters?
All of 0.
Exactly.
I thought you saw it once. Didn't you go to see it at the Playhouse?
Oh no! Wait, I did see it once in
you were
theaters.
once.
I did see it once.
So you're 3 behind.
Yes, I had an out-of-body experience when I saw it at the Playhouse, and it was a magical experience.
I bet it
I've
was.
paid for Top Gun Maverick 4 times.
No,
3 times.
3
Three
times. We saw it
Are
for
you
free.
proud of that?
Yes.
Yeah, you gave Tom Cruise
Fucking yeah, he
$50.
He could be the he could take a lien out on my house. It's fine. I'll pay him for the rest of my life if he keeps delivering that product.
1.2
Fantastic.
billion. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. It's a fabulous movie. I really liked it. I saw it in Screen X, which is
Oh,
apparently a format that you have not seen it in yet.
Have not.
Talk to me, Goose.
It was great. Loved it a lot. There's a couple ones I wanted to mention only because we've mentioned them on the podcast. So obviously Maverick was one of them.
Yes.
Saw Jurassic World. That was a bag of shit.
Yep.
Doesn't really need any other thing. It was just a bag of shit.
Is it just that scene from the first one where Jeff Goldblum walks up to the Triceratops shit and he's just like, well, that's a big pile of shit.
Yeah, that was exactly how I felt about it.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Outside of the raptor chase was fucking magnificent.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. And Buddy on his little scooter getting eaten by by whatever Tyrannosaurus looking motherfucker there was.
And then I also saw Good Luck to You, Leo Grand, which was absolutely amazing. And you, James, you should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can start Best Worst Man.
So that was the Tony Ketchup segment.
That was the Tony
Apparently
Ketchup.
that was the
segment.
Tony Ketchup segment.
Tony's behind in movies. So.
Brought to you by Tony B.
Tony B.
I'm glad you caught up.
Yes,
Specifically with Top Gun.
Yes.
Yes, very specifically.
I am now caught up.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Have you seen Thor yet?
Nope.
Then you're not caught up.
And I definitely haven't seen everything anywhere. What's the fucking movie called?
Everywhere all at once.
I still haven't seen that either.
What the fuck are you doing?
Still
with your
waiting
life?
for him on Triple R as well, and you too.
At least
I'm partway there.
Triple R notwithstanding. Everything everywhere. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, man, I'm embarrassed. Okay.
You
I'm
should
embarrassed.
be.
Anyways, best worst meh. James, start us off.
Oh, you want me to actually start off the actual segment? Okay. No, we hit the Tony catch-up minute.
Sorry, the Tony catch-up minute.
We're going to have those, like, it's a recurring segment now because Tony's got to catch up on a lot of movies that come out, but that's okay.
Just fucking busy, man. Give me a break.
We're all busy. We all have lives. We all make time to watch our cinema.
Squeak it in.
Whip your shit into gear, Tony.
I need to put in 110%.
Yeah, you
Stop
need to
watching South Park: The Streaming Wars Part 2.
You need Tony.
I was pretty disappointed with that.
Tony, you need to whip it. Get your shit in gear.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, my best. I'm gonna go with something that I had not seen before, so I'm gonna give it to Mulholland Drive.
Ooh,
Nice.
David Lynch.
My first David Lynch.
Ooh.
Baby's first David Lynch.
Ooh.
That was your introduction.
That was my
That's a
introduction.
strong introduction.
It's
Did it fuck
something.
you in the face?
I watched that movie and was confused by why everyone loved it until I finished it.
That's fair.
I was sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Why is everyone talking so weird? Why does it feel like I'm watching a budget movie of like, this has like The Room quality? Why is it like all of this? And then it finished and I went, holy shit. This might be the greatest movie I've ever seen.
It's up there for
Like,
sure. I need to
what
rewatch it
The
desperately.
fuck? It's so great.
That's awesome.
Like, I couldn't
It's-
believe it. Like, I finished it. I'm like, what? That was probably the best thing ever. But the entire time I was watching, I'm like, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this. I fucking hate how everyone's talking and acting and how it's jumping. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. And then I finished it and went, holy fucking shit. What the hell did he just do for whatever the runtime was, 2 hours and a bit?
It was almost 2.5, I think.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah.
But just, it's incredible. The journey was just amazing. I almost want to watch it again just so that I can like now start piecing it back together instead of hating. I fucking hate watching the first bit until I finally realized what was going on. But like, what an insane movie.
It started
So
life as a
inventive.
pilot.
It's incredible.
It started as a pilot and then they rejected it. So he's like, fuck it, let's make it a movie.
Jeez.
Fucking David Lynch, man.
I just
Fucking
don't I
glad
don't
he
know who
did.
I don't know who would, after Twin Peaks, I don't know who would trust David Lynch to make another TV show. Like,
Right.
Very true.
like at least when they brought back Twin Peaks, like you knew what you were getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Well, like now Twin Peaks now as like this, like people love that show.
I know, but like in the
But
early
then,
90s, they
yeah.
weren't ready for it. And I don't think they would have been ready for Mulholland Drive in what? 2000?
2001.
2001?
2001, I think.
Either way,
2001.
they wouldn't have been ready for it.
No.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been ready for it.
He's a unique filmmaker.
Very unique filmmaker.
That's a word for it.
And
That is out there.
Eccentric.
eccentric, yes. And I loved it. I loved it.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a good.
Proud of you.
It was baby's first Lynch, but it was a good one.
I'm proud of you.
Now go home and watch Blue Velvet.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Do you have an image of Dennis Hopper in your head?
Yes.
It's going to ruin it.
All right.
It's definitely going to change, buddy.
All right. I
It's
love it.
going to ruin it.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Dave.
The best one I have watched recently is Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
God, I want to watch that movie so
you
badly.
Fucker.
It's
That is.
delightful.
Yeah.
It's just,
Is it like a warm hug?
kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
That's
It's-
awesome.
It's all done documentary style. Like
That's
the
cute.
guy moves in, or he's in the Airbnb, he discovers Marcel, and then he does a documentary about Marcel, and it's just Marcel, what Marcel does on his day-to-day trips.
Yeah.
And like his grandmother's there, and it's Isabella Rossellini, who is also in Blue Velvet. And
Nice.
she's quite good. And it's just about it's about family, it's about community, it's about isolation. And it's just wonderful. It's just very feel good. There's some tearjerker moments.
That's awesome.
And I was just smiling. Alyssa wasn't a big fan of it, but I don't know what she was expecting when.
I can't
You watch
imagine
movie
Alyssa
covers.
actually liking a movie about that.
Yeah, but they're driving around in the car at one point, and Marcel just keeps throwing up, and he's just like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, this is adorable. I love this.
That's amazing.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful film, and I genuinely hope that they give it a proper wide release.
Yeah.
Instead of just like expanding every week, like it needs a proper release. Like Everything Everywhere had a proper release.
Yeah.
And this needs a proper release. So I'm hoping that you two will be able to watch it and you can just bask in the wonder of Marcel the Shell with shoes on. And the stop motion's pretty good too. Like it took a long time for them to make the movie, but it's lovely.
Yeah.
Throw for heartwarming, throw Brian and Charles on your watch list next.
I would really like to watch that. I heard good things out of Sundance.
Man, it's so great.
It's definitely on my list.
But heartwarming that's my theme here. I'm just throwing out your little extra tidbit.
I appreciate it. Tony, do you have a heartwarming film that you would recommend?
Heartwarming?
Yeah, just something you watched recently that just pulled on the heart.
Warmed the cockles.
Warmed the cockles.
Like a nice brandy.
Ron's Gone Wrong?
The animated one. Yeah,
that was very heartwarming. It was very it got me. It got me at the end. It was quite good. I don't know what I was expecting with that one, but it was really, really good. Disney kind of just like released it in the shadows, basically. They didn't really give it a lot of marketing and stuff, and it's a shame because that movie was really, really good.
That one was quite lovely. I watched it with my son. He really liked it too.
Melissa really enjoyed it too.
It's got the Quinny stamp of approval.
It's got the Quinny stamp of approval.
There you go.
Nice.
For my best,
yes, please.
I watched Police Story for the first time.
Cool.
80s Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. One of his best, if not the best Jackie Chan movie ever made.
I would say, it would be the best Jackie Chan movie that I've seen.
Nice.
It starts into a friggin' gun. It's literally starts right up like you're in it. Like you don't even have time to get to know the characters. They're literally like in a gun battle and a car chase, and fucking Jackie Chan's hanging outside the freaking a bus with an umbrella.
Nice.
And he's literally like playing chicken with the bus after, and it is something. Jackie Chan is an artist, and you really see it in Police Story. It opens with this amazing action scene, as I already said, and it ends with a fucking incredible action scene.
It's an all-timer.
It's an all-timer ending for sure. Don't ask me what happened in the middle because it doesn't matter.
There's some decent action in the middle. It's just not as
hardcore.
Yeah.
Like it literally balls to the wall to the start and balls to the wall to the end. Nice. I highly recommend it. It was an incredible movie.
It's on my list.
Yeah, and they do that shantytown thing in that film, and then they do it again in Bad Boys 2, and they do it again in Fast 5.
Yeah. Seriously, like they're just like going through the slums and like just like tearing ass through these fucking little homes and stuff, and it's literally like a scene out of Fast 5. It's like, oh, well, we know where Fast 5 got its inspiration from.
Yeah. But Police Story is the bee's knees.
Bee's fucking knees, man. See it immediately.
I watched half of it with Tony the one night, and then he had to go, and I was like, I'm not waiting. I kept going, and I like texted him after, and I was like, you fucked up.
Y'all fucked up.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
James, meh.
Oh, I got to do a more recent one.
Yeah, than 85.
Yes, much more recent than 1985. Thor: Love and Thunder.
That was going to be my meh as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stole that from
It's okay,
you,
we can share.
We can share this one.
We can share it.
How aggressively average
it was
a movie.
Pretty, yeah. I watched Thor Ragnarok the night before, I think, or 2 days before, and it wasn't as good as I remembered, but it still had energy to spare, and it was fun, and it made me actually give a shit about Thor.
And it still felt different. Like watching Ragnarok was like, holy shit, that's right. The MCU can be fun.
Yeah.
And then
Love and Thunder. Like there's so much good about Love and Thunder that I really like.
Yeah.
And just so much aggressively meh.
It just weighs it down.
Yeah,
it just pulls it down. I think one of the things that I sort of heard, and it seems to be confirmed just based on like weird interviews that Taika's done, that like he shot something like 4.5 hours of footage for this and then found it in the edit. Like he created this movie in the editing room, And based on what I've kind of seen from like weird interviews, like there's shot mismatches. There's like shots from a completely wrong take that are still in this finished film. And like he doesn't even remember putting a shot in or what's happening.
Fuck?
Yeah.
It's a mess.
It's a fucking mess.
It's a mess.
He didn't even know apparently at the end tag where it's like Thor will return, because obviously he fucking will.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I had no idea that was even in there.
Well, he
With the-
sets it up.
The fuck? Yeah.
How was Christian Bale though?
Christian Bale is good.
Christian Bale and Natalie Portman
Both very good.
are very good because they're very good.
Yeah.
It's
You
true.
hire Christian Bale
Yeah.
into a movie to play. I would have loved a God Butcher movie.
Gore the God Butcher.
I would have loved it. It
Yeah.
would have been fucking great.
Sidebar. When I sing Baby Shark now, I always have to add in new characters. Like,
Naturally.
there's an Uncle Jim, there's an Uncle Tony, but I've been adding in Gore the God Butcher Shark quite often recently.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there a scene in black and white like this
Yep.
scene?
It's like monochromatic, yeah.
Yeah, it looks fucking great.
That scene looks really cool, and there's like certain flashes of color in it,
Yeah.
and it's really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's done well,
Yeah.
it's done well.
Yeah.
It's just, and there's some fun montage moments where he kind of he has Korg, well, himself, kind of just like narrate along, like this is what happened type thing.
I got real fucking tired of that shit real quickly.
I just liked it because when I watched Thor Ragnarok, it takes about 40 minutes for the movie to start.
Yeah.
But in
There's
this
a
one,
lot of faffing about.
yeah, there's a lot of just like fucking around in
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok. Fun or not, there's a lot of fucking around.
Yeah.
How it begins is Thor, they're showing how he loses all the weight.
Yep.
And kind of like where his mindset is.
Mhm.
And then it kind of continues from there. And
Yep.
then there's a montage of like his relationship with Natalie Portman.
Mm.
And then
Just like a quick recap.
Mhm.
yeah. And it just is quick
Yeah.
so that they can just get to the business type
Yeah.
thing. And then there's another one later on too. I don't remember what happens in that one, but it just, you get to the business quickly
Mhm.
as opposed to fucking around.
Yeah.
Like there's still fucking around, but it's just, there's like, like I liked like Thor as a character still, but there's just so much that you're just like, why is this here? What are you doing? Like there's an entire,
Yeah.
You guys are really selling me on going to see this
like
immediately.
Yeah.
like I don't remember him having like a relationship with the hammer, like an actual like
axe.
love story
Yeah.
type thing.
No, there was never.
Like there's he keeps talking about the hammer,
Yeah.
like how he misses it and stuff, and the axe just keeps like coming into the frame, being like is like what,
Like a
what the
jealous
fuck?
boyfriend,
like a jealous boyfriend. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this?
Yeah. It's just, and yeah.
So basically, there was no one there to tell what TT to reel it in a little bit.
I guess.
Well, no, he reeled it in.
Yeah.
But he found them. Like, I don't think he remembers everything that he shot. He found that movie somewhere.
Huh.
Like
Yeah.
it's
That's disappointing.
It is disappointing because
He's
it's
usually better than that.
it's just fine.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not a bad movie. It's just fine.
Just fine.
Aggressively mediocre.
And it looks
Aggressively
like,
mediocre.
and that's the thing. Like Ragnarok, fun, colorful. Jokes were well paced out.
Yeah.
Here it was like mile a minute jokes. Everything looks like every other fucking Marvel movie now.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's hardly anything fun or inventive. Also, Thor's the dumbest person in the world in this one.
Yeah, he's very dumb.
He lost 8,000 IQ points.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
I do like that Natalie Portman has some agency in this film as opposed to the other two that she was in, where she just won the Oscar for Black Swan,
Yeah.
but she's basically
A
just
sideline character.
a sideline character who's just hot for Thor, and she's supposed to be like a great, brilliant scientist, and she's just like, oh my god, Thor. Like, I get it, he's hot, but like, you just won the Oscar, girl. Like,
Yeah.
come on, have some fucking agency.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's in Russell Crowe's accent. What the fuck was that?
I've heard from some Australians that apparently it's like an homage to like this weird comedy thing that was very popular in Australia and New Zealand at the time.
I actually forgot Russell Crowe was in it.
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, but I have no idea what he's
Zeus,
doing.
Isn't he?
He is Zeus.
He is Zeus.
What the fuck?
He is Zeus.
It is something.
It's something to behold.
Yeah,
it's something to behold. But you still want to pray to that one God, right?
Bow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then.
You'll understand.
You'll understand.
I'll understand when we get there, for sure.
You'll understand when you get there.
Sounds good.
Tony, what's your May?
I wouldn't say it's a meh, because I had an absolute blast watching this movie. Just middle of the road for sure. You guys definitely haven't heard of it, and that's why I want to talk about it. Sure. It is a movie called Dark Angel, or depending on who you talk to, it's called I Come in Peace. It is a 1990 action movie with Dolph Lundgren.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Why not?
It's your typical like cop movie, but it's like literally like
But it has Dolph Lundgren,
and he's the lead, and he has black hair, not blonde hair. It's kind of weird.
That's weird.
They like mash up like sci-fi, horror, and action into this. I found it on Shudder.
Right.
Okay.
So
big ups to Shudder.
Big ups to Shudder. This movie is your run-of-the-mill like cop movie about Dolph Lundgren. He's a cop. His partner gets killed in a drug deal gone wrong,
as you do.
And now there's an alien who has come to the earth, a la like Terminator.
Okay.
And he likes to harvest endorphins from people. So he steals endorphins from people's like hearts and heads and shit.
Cool.
And he wants it to run the world, and he clashes with the gangsters who are doing heroin and all that fun stuff. And then you got Dolph Lundgren in the middle trying to solve the mystery.
I feel like
this
alien wants to run the world. Why is he beefing with low-level narcotics dealers?
It doesn't sound very run-of-the-mill to me, Tony. It sounds
It's
very
fucking
all
honestly,
over the fucking place.
It is run-of-the-mill. Hold on a second.
Run-of-the-mill.
Run-of-the-mill.
You've seen this movie 100 times.
I don't remember the last time I saw a movie with an alien Terminator-looking thing hanging with fucking
Dolph
Lundgren and narcotics gangsters.
Either way, this movie has absolutely everything that you want in a cop movie. And I've actually written out some of the one-liners in it just to help sell the movie.
Okay.
So the alien...
Wait. You need to
envision this?
I need to envision. Okay. Give me 5 seconds. Go.
Alien goes, I come in peace. Dolph Lundgren's response, and you go in pieces, asshole. Another one, they're fighting, and the alien goes, I win. And Dolph Lundgren goes, fuck you, spaceman, and shoots him in the head. This one is the best one. This is the one that I fucking laughed out loud.
The piece de resistance.
What university did you attend? The guy responds, the University of Suck My Dick.
That's...
Well, it sounds more entertaining than Thor, at least.
Yeah, those are at least some good quips.
Honestly, this movie is an absolute blast. It is, if I was...
Why the fuck is it in meh then, Tony?
Because it's fucking cheesy and like it's garbage. Let's call a spade a spade. It's fucking garbage. But as soon as
it's a blast.
It's a blast.
It's a garbage blast.
And I checked it. It's on Scream Factory. So a second that movie drops, I'm fucking buying it.
Oh Jesus.
After we watched Thief. I don't know if you guys are gonna bring up Thief.
Well, it's not the worst.
It's definitely
not going to bring up Thief.
But after we watched Thief in memory of our boy Jimmy Kahn, I was looking for
Rest in peace,
Jimmy.
Cheesy action movie from the 80s. I just needed 80s action, violence, and this movie delivered everything.
All right. Well, if it checked all your very low bar of boxes.
Buddy, I had a low bar. I wasn't expecting Schindler's List.
All right.
Apparently not.
Right.
It was a blast. I had a blast.
Let's start watching more Dolph Lundgren films.
Okay, let's not say things we can't take back.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
That I want to see.
Oh, man. Oh, it's back to me already. That's right, because we shared a May. That's fun.
It is back to you.
Oh, my friends. We talked about this off podcast when we were discussing the recent additions to Disney Plus of Spider-Man in 4Ks.
Beautiful.
And when we were going through that list, obviously a lot of that what had trickled into Disney Plus. We've already seen.
Did you finally watch it?
So I sat down and watched Fan4stick.
Yes.
Fantastic Four.
My boy, Miles Teller.
What a pile of dog shit. There is a good movie somewhere there, but there's so much of it that is badly rushed, cut, skipped over. There's terrible wigs galore.
I heard about the wigs.
It's bad and very noticeable, and it becomes an incoherent mess very quickly, where you're just like, what are you even, what is happening? What are we doing here? There's the end battle is, if you want to guess it because of when it came out in time,
It's the
giant beam in the sky. It's a giant beam in the sky fight, everybody.
Isn't it like they got to Doctor Doom with like 15 minutes left to go in the movie, doesn't it? Yeah. I remember seeing it when it first came out.
Doctor Doom shows, so I was watching it and I'm like, oh, okay. And like, you know, when like
who's Doctor Doom in that?
Toby, it's the
Toby Kebbell?
Yeah.
Like the guy from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Oh, good for him.
He was the rock star in Rock and Roller, if you remember.
No.
Okay. Did you watch Black Mirror?
No. It's fine. I remember him as
he was in War Horse.
He was also in Skull Island.
Let's War Horse. All right. Now I know who he is. Thank you, James.
He was in Skull Island. He was the British guy.
Yeah, he was in Skull Island.
Half the cast is British.
Okay, well, like, you know, Dave, like, why don't you like fucking start watching some shit?
Anyway,
I know that he's not Bad Ape, but he is the villain in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and he is the one who haunts him in War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yes. It is who you're thinking of.
That's who I know that's who I'm thinking of. Can we just sidebar before we do it? Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes. I feel like they mistitled these movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
100% they did.
Like maybe Rise, like Dawn should have been first, and then War, and then Rise. Like that makes more sense.
Makes a little sense.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Because Rise and then Dawn, that doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Well, I've never understood those.
Like incredible
titling, terrible.
Like incredible trilogy notwithstanding. What the fuck?
I don't know. Back to Toby. So they go, they get their powers or whatever in this alternate dimension.
Sure.
That's where they fridge Toby.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the movie just kind of like deals with the fact that they have powers now for a bit.
Cool.
And really, they also sideline your boy Miles. He fucks off.
Yeah.
And they can't find him. And then, so
no wonder I didn't fucking watch it.
You're just dealing with like, Michael B. Jordan and
Kate Mara.
Who clearly doesn't want to be in.
Yeah. And guy who's a pile of rocks.
Oh, and I like him.
Jamie Bell. Jamie Bell.
Yeah.
and well, because he's not really there. He's just a pile of rocks. Just kind of dealing with things. They become like military apparatuses for things. And then with literally 30 minutes left is when Dr. Doom finally comes back over. 30 minutes left. And he's just been reintroduced as Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
30 minutes left.
Okay.
I'm like, we've been sitting here for 2 hours or an hour and a half. And now is when we're going to have, okay. And so now we have to introduce who Dr. Doom is and what he can do and everything else.
Sure.
And then he's got to put his plan into motion now.
Sure.
Still only 30 minutes left for a giant sky beam. And then the heroes have to try to fight him and fail and then figure out how to work together and succeed.
All
in
with
30 minutes.
All with 10 minutes left to go.
All of that has to happen in 30 minutes.
And Miles Teller comes back?
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. They find Miles again.
Okay.
Briefly, they find Miles.
Okay.
They hunt him down like a dog in the streets.
I get it.
But
Good
anyway.
times.
The Thing, they're supposed to bring the Thing into one of the new shows or something.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
And he's played by somebody you'd recognize. I don't remember what his name is.
Oh,
right
not
now, though.
not Jamie Bell. He's not
Not
coming back.
Jamie
Michael
Bell.
Chiklis.
It's also not Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, bring back Chiklis.
Chiklis.
I don't think Marvel's gonna fix it. Just magically fix the Fantastic Four. They made 4 movies now and it didn't work any of those times.
No,
Come on.
no,
And they had good like the first one, the not the Corman one, the 2005 one,
Yeah.
like maybe not Jessica Alba, but everyone else was well
doing
cast
fine,
in that
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Like Chris Evans
Even
is
this
a
one-
great Human Torch.
this one was not badly cast. It's just a dog shit movie that no one wanted to finish because it was just bad.
Yeah.
Christ.
But anyway, so I watched it in 4K.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Don't waste your time. It's just
I've gone
so bad.
I've gone 7 years without seeing it. I could probably go 7 more,
And then throw it on.
and then I'll throw it on.
Then throw it on.
I'll throw it on. Maybe when they finally make the new Fantastic Four,
When Marvel finally runs out of content, throw it on.
throw it on. All right. So we're digging into the bottom.
Oh, the bottom,
barrel.
scraping the barrel.
We're scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go with The Man from Toronto.
Oh, you watched that?
I did,
Oh,
and I said
jeez. I
Toronto
noticed.
on purpose
I
because
noticed.
nobody calls it Toronto. He's supposed to be from Toronto, and he still calls it Toronto.
Hello, I
And they,
am
like-
from Toronto.
He,
You
like-
sound like an alien.
He they specifically stop to say Toronto, and it's awkward as shit, but it's so fucking bad. There's like barely anything to
Yeah.
redeem it. Like Kevin Hart is phoning it in. He's not there. Woody Harrelson is good for a bit when he's mysterious, but then when they start unpacking his character, you're suddenly like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Kaylee Cuoco shows up
Oh, no.
and she's just there. And half the movie, I'm like, oh, she's going to do something. There's going to be a twist with her. There's going to be a twist. No twist.
Sad times.
No twist.
Oh.
And like the end of the movie undoes everything that happened prior.
Oh.
It feels like it was filmed from a different draft. Like the entire third act feels like it's a different draft of the movie.
Huh.
Like there's a cool little fight scene in like a gym.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is kind of cool, and it uses a song. Oh God, what it's like that.
Oh, sure, yeah, the Fratellis.
Yeah, they use that song, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, that's okay. That's a modern reference.
Yeah. I remember that from 2012.
Yeah, it's just a very mediocre just pile of shit. It's so
That was Netflix, right?
it was supposed to be a theatrical release from Sony, and Sony sold it.
Good call,
And
Sony.
Good on Sony, because
Good
it's
call,
not,
Sony.
it would have gotten destroyed. Like it's like the kind of like it's kind of in the vein of what Tony was talking about with Dolph Lundgren, where you're like, okay, I know what I'm getting, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have that kind of charm.
Right.
We've aged past that.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable anymore.
And is it Toronto in name only?
No, I think they filmed it basically in the GTA.
Oh.
Like there's one scene.
They did. They definitely did.
Oh.
There's
okay.
one scene. Kevin Hart's girlfriend is supposed to be at the spa, but it's actually the Ancaster Old Mill.
Oh, cool.
Like they didn't bother changing anything.
Yeah,
like
you could just, like,
the
you could
logo's
tell.
still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Nice.
Because I was like, that waterfall looks really
Yeah.
familiar.
I've seen this before.
So don't go back to it. I got 10 minutes in and fell asleep.
No.
All right.
No. Like,
Why was it even on your list?
What's that?
Why was it even on your list? You big Kevin Hart fan?
I am a good Kevin Hart fan. You didn't know that?
Are you
I love
in?
my
Is
boy
it,
Kevin
is
Hart.
it 2012 again?
Yeah.
Buddy, it's Kevin Hart, man.
Just
Like
anyway.
his stand-up's incredible.
His stand up.
Yeah.
I'll watch like his. It will give him a
it's
pass.
bad. It's bad, Tony. It is not good. Like there's a couple of interesting moments, like where he gets mixed up as the man from Toronto. Like that's kind of kind of kooky and wacky, but like, no, don't watch it. It's like we were like 3/4 of the way through the movie, and Alyssa just looked over at me. She's like, "This is really fucking bad, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is awful.
Yeah,
it's so bad. It's so unbelievably bad."
Tell us how you really feel.
It's so unbelievably bad.
You heard it here, folks.
Oh, and Ellen Barkin's in it too. What?
No.
It's weird. No.
Wow.
No.
Oh, can I give a special shout out to
Sure.
since I feel like I also want to try to keep it recent as well. Men is also not great.
Really? I really wanted to
that's
see
sad.
that.
I really wanted to see
wanted
that.
to throw that out there for all of our listeners. That it's
not good.
Although
Jessie Buckley?
she's great.
Oh,
Jessie Buckley's great.
she's usually great.
And
What about our what's his name? Rory?
Yeah, Rory's great.
Yeah.
They're both great. The movie's not great,
Okay.
but the last 15 minutes left me with an image I will never forget in my life.
Okay.
Just for that alone, you can throw it on.
Yeah.
But it's not good. It's just not.
That's fair.
It's just not good.
That's fair.
It's just
I'm glad we didn't pay to see it.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
I'm a little disappointed. I mean,
Dave, you almost saw that in theaters.
There was like 3 separate occasions where I almost saw that movie in theaters.
I think he peaked with Ex Machina.
Oh, what
That's
about
fair.
Annihilation? I love that movie.
Annihilation's great. It's no Ex Machina.
This is true. This is true.
Agree to disagree.
Just it.
Is there, okay. Is there a scene where someone dances?
Is there a scene where someone dances? No.
That's probably why it's not good.
Probably not.
No. And there's no like overt scene with dancing. There's some musical elements to it. No dancing.
There's like that
a lot of running, a lot of terror.
There's that all-timer scene in Ex Machina with Oscar Isaac dancing with the android, whatever,
with the bot,
and then there's Natalie Portman's like ballet dance with the whatever
thingy.
The fuck that
the
thing
colors
is.
I don't know. Yeah, there was no dance. this
you're remembering it.
I'm just remembering it now.
This just left me with mental images I'm never going to forget.
All right. So it's a cold shower kind of movie.
Cold shower, love it.
Tony, worst.
Let's keep it recent. My worst is a film called Lightyear.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Ooh, we're throwing rocks tonight.
I love that you've seen it.
I'm proud of you.
Boys, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's fair.
I don't even think it should have been that they can. They couldn't.
I tried. I tried so hard. Toy Story is so like nostalgic for me. Like I have a deep love for Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie nearly fucking destroyed it.
Yikes.
I did not think that Chris Evans' voice could be so fucking annoying, but I was annoyed 5 minutes in. And he was just being Chris Evans. He was just doing a dramatic monologue the entire fucking movie. And it is so annoying. If they got regular
Tim Allen.
If they got Tim Allen to do it, maybe because when you associate Buzz Lightyear, you associate him with Tim Allen.
But it's not Buzz Lightyear the toy. It's Buzz Lightyear the
movie,
man, the astronaut.
And they had a little fucking blurb at the beginning saying, "Hey, your Toy Story it was based on a movie. This is that movie."
And back in the 90s, they had women kissing in a mainstream science fiction film that a child would have watched.
Oh, in the Toy Story universe, yes, because this isn't meta. I don't even know what this is classified as, since it's a movie that takes place within another movie's universe.
It's just very fucking confusing. And like,
and it's not even the movie that takes place. I don't
know what the fuck they were doing. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. All I know is that movie was horrendous. And like me and Melissa are trying to figure out the overall message of it, because have you guys like heard anything about it, seen anything?
I watched Barely an Inconvenience. That guy.
Pitch Meetings.
I watched the Pitch Meeting.
Big shout out to the YouTube channel Pitch Meetings.
I watched that.
I love that guy.
I love that guy too. Wow.
Barely an inconvenience. I love that.
Really?
Basically, long story short, they're on this planet. They're leaving. For whatever reason, something happens with the ship. Buzz tries to get him out of it, but Buzz is a little bit of a hothead, so he thinks that he can get out of it. Fucks up the ship. They're stranded on the planet, and he basically has to go through hyperspeed in order to get them out, right? But every time he tries to do hyperspeed, he wastes basically 4 years.
So it's like Interstellar,
basically. So because he's
do they do the pencil through the paper?
No, but they do playing through like the like sonic
Thor,
the sonic rings.
Oh yes, sure.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't fucking know, but he basically wastes 4 years of his life every time he does this, and because he's such a hothead and because he wants to be the hero, he just keeps fucking doing it. So he ends up wasting 62 years of his life.
Wow. He wastes 62 years, not necessarily of his life, because he hasn't aged 62 years.
So he just wastes 62 years.
Yeah, sure.
His best friend ends up like dead.
Right.
Because
generations are
generations,
now,
and then all of a sudden his best friend's daughter is rising up. So then he bands with the daughter and the band of misfits, also Taika Waititi.
I was about to say Taika's in it.
Oh my god, Taika.
And he has this little adorable
how is Socks?
Socks is the best part.
That's fair.
Yeah.
His little like emotional support animal is a robot cat. And
As you do.
Socks is the best part.
We're going back to the meta-ness of this.
Yes.
If Andy watched the film, why would he want the Buzz Lightyear toy and not the Socks toy?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good question, because I bet you any money if Andy watched this movie. Do you guys remember Ted?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he goes, "Hey, yo, Kareem"?
Yeah.
That's what Andy would do with his Buzz Lightyear toy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Atrocious. I don't want to take up any more time with this movie. This movie physically made me angry.
Yeah.
And
worst performing Pixar movie at the box office. So, I mean, minus except for Onward, which got slam bashed by COVID.
But like,
there's a reason.
Onward was decent. I liked Onward.
Onward gets an asterisk. Yeah. That wasn't Onward's fault.
No, it wasn't.
I saw that theatrically.
Good for you.
That was the last movie you saw before COVID hit.
That is the last movie I saw before COVID hit.
Mine was Bad Boys for Life with you.
Invisible Man.
Nice.
Anyways, long story short, don't go see Lightyear. For the love of God, don't do it. Just go watch Toy Story again.
So wait for Disney Plus.
Wait for Disney Plus.
All right. Well, that was a fun roundabout of best man worst. Let's not wait that long again.
Yes.
But
We had strong opinions.
we had some very strong opinions. You didn't come here just to listen to. Well, you might have just come for best man worst.
I mean, you can tune out now if you like.
You can tune. Yeah.
We decided in our infinite wisdom that the main segment for tonight is going to be the film adaptation of Where the Crawdads Sing.
Let me ease the audience in.
Okay.
And just let them know right off the bat, there is not one crawdad in this movie, and they do not sing.
Where the fuck were the Crawdads? I don't know.
Waiting. I wanted to see a shrimp.
They said that goddamn title of that movie at least like 2 or 3 times.
Twice. There was
Where the fuck were the Crawdads?
Go hide out where the crawdads sing. There wasn't. Where are these crawdads, and why are they singing?
I would like to know those. I'd like answers.
What tunes do the crawdads sing?
Answers.
Yeah.
Shake your fists, boys. Shake your fists.
Old man yells at cloud. I don't.
Tell me, boys. Tell me what you thought of it. I know we're not exactly the target demo for this film.
Certainly are not.
This is not targeted to the big
certainly not.
I'm pretty sure I was the only guy in the theater when I saw it.
No, there was a couple,
2 or 3 others.
Well, at least you guys went together to see it.
We did. I'm glad
I brought my wife as well.
Brought his wife. Yeah.
Yes. And you brought your wife.
I brought my wife. You're right.
I did not bring my wife.
It's okay.
Since we're just talking about demos,
Mm-hmm.
did Emily enjoy it?
The moment the directed by credit came up and the lights went up, Emily's like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, she was very adamant about leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alyssa was a big fan. She really liked it.
Yeah, because she's a sap.
She's a little bit of a
so.
sap.
I guess so.
I don't know.
Tell me, boys. Tell me what you thought of the Crawdads.
I feel like Tony and I probably are a little bit on the same page, but I liked the way that it started.
Okay.
Started off with a little bit of a murder mystery. I'm like, ooh, there's a dead man here.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's someone wrongfully accused. I'm like, oh, is this going to be like fucking To Kill a Mockingbird? Like a big courtroom drama? Like that's what this is going to be about? And I mean, it kind of was.
Kind of. Apparently that's more of what the book is.
Which I think would be better. Probably.
As opposed to the Nicholas Sparks
love triangle story thing.
Reminded me a lot of the
Sparks notes.
Yeah. Nicholas Sparks notes. Yes. Yeah.
Very Notebook-esque.
Yeah. And my big takeaway, first of all, two big shout outs to Daisy Edgar Jones.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, she's
very good.
Incredible.
Yeah. She rose above the material.
Yes. And also my man, David Strathairn, who always delivers a solid fucking performance no matter what role he's in.
It's true.
He's just very good.
He does not phone it in.
No.
Like he is aces every time.
He was very, very good.
He's very good. Everybody else is kind of meh.
I like the guy who played Tate. He was a little cutie.
Bubblegum Tate,
yes. Tate was he looked cute. I didn't love him as an actor. It was fine. No one else stood out to me. Those two were the ones that were like, yeah, okay, you two, great. Everyone else, yeah, I guess you're kind of here. But also, why is everyone such a dick to her?
Fuck Chase Andrews.
Also, yeah, fuck Chase Andrews.
It's true. Fuck
every single person in her life except for like Jumpin' and
except for the magical Negroes. Yeah. Fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Jumpin',
including Tate,
and David Strathairn's white Southern lawyer.
Yeah.
Everyone else assholes. Every
her
single
entire fucking family just ditched her.
They just left her.
Fuck.
They just left her. Yeah.
And they were just so unimportant that even later when like the brother shows up, like the long lost middle brother shows back up. Oh, have you heard from any of the others? I wouldn't even recognize them if I saw them in the streets. What the fuck happened? You guys were like, the two like older daughters were like 14 when they left. Like you saw them running away. They look like adults already. The older kid, like, I'm sorry, none of them bothered to find anybody else.
It was the 1960s. It was North Carolina,
in the swamps.
The mash.
The mash girl.
Okay, so here's my thing, because I'm trying to examine this. Just like I'm not gonna kick the boots to like the romance stuff and like.
Hey, but also hang on, like I'm very impassioned by this story. Like everyone was a dick to her. Carry on.
If they keep calling her the Marsh Girl, shouldn't she be a little dirtier?
Oh yeah, no.
Other than that one part where she walks in without the shoes and they make fun of her. Okay, but like the rest of her looks fine. And our girl Daisy, like she looks well put together. That entire film.
She lived in the swamps of North Carolina, and her hair was shiny and perfect and not frizzy.
And she didn't have
like she had some shampoo and conditioner.
She didn't have electricity or running water
until like
she got electricity
until like the 70s.
Late 60s.
Whatever.
Later in the film, they specifically mention the electricity because they have her going like that. Yeah. But prior to that, I didn't know she didn't have electricity. I knew she had that pump water thing, but I didn't realize she didn't have electricity.
No
they don't explain that.
No.
And all that takes is a line of dialogue.
Just one line of dialogue.
One line of dialogue.
Yeah, no. The
movie's already over 2 hours. One line of dialogue.
Also, she was far too white for living in the swamps of North Carolina. Like, you should be dark. Mm-hmm. You should be tan, real tan. Like, at the end, there was like the slightest...
She's cutting the fucking... what is she getting? Clams?
Mussels.
She's getting mussels. Yeah. She's out in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
Getting mussels.
Yeah. No sun?
No sun. Like that. She's doing it at what is it? Dusk or dawn?
Dawn.
She's doing it at dawn. Sun's not even out yet.
She should still.
She lives in a swamp. Tony.
She lives in a swamp, and she doesn't look like she lives in a swamp.
No, she doesn't. No.
Yes.
Or at least she doesn't look like she lives in a swamp where she doesn't have running water or electricity, because she looks like, I know you can't make Daisy look ugly, but like you could
all these rumors, her eyes glow and she lives in the swamp, she's a swamp creature. Are you fucked?
Yeah.
Look, it was a lot of telling and not showing. And that was my bigger problem, was there was a lot of telling and not showing. Like, I should have, if she's a marsh girl, she should look fucking gross.
Yeah.
She shouldn't just be this virginal. Someone else wrote this on online, but I loved it. Manic pixie marsh girl.
Yeah,
she shouldn't look like that.
Yeah. you expect her to look like the cat lady from The Simpsons, just hurling cats at you as you come by.
She should look,
or like swamp. What's that fucking thing called? Swamp Thing.
Yeah, the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that's what she should look like.
She should look like she's disheveled.
Yeah,
but she doesn't.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
She wasn't even wearing a burlap sack. She had all these nice dresses.
Well, she
looked like a Disney princess.
True. She got them. I already said it once. I'm only going to say it one more time because I don't like saying it. She got it from the magical Negro couple.
Yes.
Who helped the white girl out and taught her how to read and taught her how to dress.
Tate actually taught her how to read.
Sorry, taught her
bubblegum Tate. Sorry, James.
Who taught her so many things and gave her so many things, and just look the other way about everything else. And apparently there's
the other way about the fucking social services guy calling a man who is clearly older than him boy. That was fucked.
That was the only part that was vaguely racist. It's like, okay, come on, it's the 60s in North Carolina. Come on,
this couple lives in the backwoods marsh because I'm pretty sure that's the only place they're allowed to live.
Yeah, why are we not addressing that? And she's the only one who's nice to them. Of course. But I digress. And then my other big thing, without getting too deep into the spoilers, is you find out at the end, before they deliver the verdict, and there's the whole like, what's it gonna be? What's gonna happen? Who knows what's gonna happen? They finally, he says it in his last speech, David Strathairn. He says in his speech what the prosecution thinks she did, like how she went about doing the crime type thing. Since we didn't really say it, her buddy falls off what the fuck did he fall off?
Like a fire
watch
tower. He hit his head and he dies, and she's accused of murdering him and covering up her tracks. But they explain how she would have done it, and then they're like, oh, and these bus drivers, they didn't see her, and this and this.
She would have been disguised. She would have been.
Why didn't we see any of this testimony? Why did nobody come to her aid as like a character witness and being like, hey, she's actually a good person?
Two things there. One, all we heard for that entire courtroom drama was, oh, the footprints, and then they dispelled the footprints. Oh, the necklace. Oh, they never found the necklace. And then there was one other thing. Oh, yeah, the placement of the hotel versus where the buses were. And they kind of got rid of that too.
And that's late in the film. Very late.
But that was all it was. And then after that, it was, here's the closing statement. And the closing statement, he finally lays out exactly how he thought she did it. And I'm like, where the fuck was all this?
How did you arrive at that?
Yeah.
And then point one. Point two, they have this whole dramatic moment when fucking Bubblegum Tate.
Why do we keep calling him Bubblegum Tate?
When we saw it in the theater yesterday, we just looked at each other and we're just like, we're going to refer to him as Bubblegum Tate.
Bubblegum Tate.
Fine.
When Tate, Jumpin' and wife, I don't even remember. Violet.
It's fine.
Veronica. I don't remember her name. She was more pivotal than I think Jumpin' was, and yet I don't remember her name. Long lost brother. Tate. And book publisher.
Oh yeah, the book publisher.
Like show up like it's just like this big saving moment, and then they just sit behind her in court.
Plus, they don't show up until like midway through the case. Why weren't they by her side the entire fucking time?
Tail end. I'm like, why is this a big deal now? Like what?
Now they're in her corner.
And then going back to your point, you have them sitting behind her. Where are the character witness?
Why are they not being called to the stand to like?
Yeah. Well, I get why Jumpin' wasn't. I mean, it was.
But even her brother, like fucking Bubblegum Tate.
Well,
like,
Tate seems to be the only one that could have done it because the brother wouldn't have remembered
and also,
anything.
Nobody suspected Tate. They just went immediately to, oh, this bitch did it.
Yeah.
The wool hat is inside. What?
I heard the book is more about the trial versus the romances, which makes sense. It's just, there's just so much where you're just like, it's not even like stretching your believability or like, just like, let's just go with it. It's just, there's huge chunks missing.
Yeah.
That could have been explained away in dialogue or in like another montage.
Yeah. They favored the romance way over the actual like the murder mystery plot line that they used as a thread.
And they barely even like suggested a motive for why she would have done it.
Oh, minus the brief attempted rape scene.
Beyond the brief attempted rape and
him being a general fucking psycho.
Yeah. But they didn't really. Was he a psycho? He just seemed they didn't show enough of it.
He just seemed like he was unhinged and privileged.
He seemed like he was privileged and he seemed like he just got what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he was trying to have his cake and eat it too.
That's it.
His other cake was a marsh girl.
Yeah. And like that scene where you find out he has a fiance.
Yeah.
Even though he's wearing that necklace the whole time and the mom knows why he's wearing the necklace. It's like, maybe I'd be a little pissed off about that.
Yeah.
But, and then we don't hear from the fiance again. It's one scene.
Also, who in their right mind calls the grieving mother of the fucking guy who was killed up to the stand to testify about a necklace and then just like sit there and pontificate about how it was her that killed him?
Yeah.
You don't, why are you, she's
That's
like,
conjecture.
Fucking Christ. Just what a mess. What a mess.
It's just, because it has nothing to do with the content of the film. It's just there's nothing there. Like, sure, like it feels a little like it drags on a bit near the end. Romance notwithstanding, whatever. I get it. I get why they went with the romance angle versus the lawyer or the trial angle. It just, there's just so much that's not there.
Yeah.
Where you're like, why isn't it there?
Yeah.
How did we jump to this?
Can we take a brief moment right here and maybe just quickly ring the spoiler bell for this?
I don't want to say it, but sure. Ring the bell, James.
You ring the bell.
I don't want to ring the fuck. That was a weak ass bell, but thank you.
Well, you know what, Dave? Fuck you.
Should have done it yourself.
Should have done it yourself.
I want to take a small moment because it's been bugging me for a while as well.
You saw it yesterday.
It's been bugging me for a while.
James has been fucking thinking yesterday. About this.
It's been sitting in my fucking skull for an entire day because I can't wrap my head. Anyway, so
honestly, his facial expressions and just how he reacted to the movie was more entertaining. Just a lot of
It looks like you're about to foam at the mouth. Spit it out.
So she murders this man.
Allegedly.
She murdered this man and hid his puka shell necklace in a book. Fine. She gets the man of her dreams. They live a long and happy life. Fine. She dies. Fine. He then then see, I was anticipating that like when they were about to like canoodle for the first time, her and Bubblegum Tate after the trial had finished and everything, and she was gonna like open a shirt and then the shell necklace was gonna be there and I was gonna like, oh my god. No. So it's hidden in a book and whatever.
Oh my god.
After she dies and he's packing up all of her shit, he finds this diary that looks like she's been writing in her entire fucking life. Finally, now. And then he finds out that she straight up murdered this guy. Like sometimes the prey's got to kill the predator in order to survive. And then there's the fucking necklace.
Well, they did have the whole praying mantis conversation.
That's true. But
foreshadowing.
So now
that,
you're
that and when he like kicks the he kicks the metal grate to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
I like looked over at Alyssa. I was like, we call that foreshadowing.
Yeah. Somebody noticed the grate. Now your dead husband has to rectify the fact that
Dead husband. No, he was alive.
Sorry,
he's alive.
The widowed husband. That was the word I was looking for.
And I love that guy too. That guy's a little cutie.
Yes. Widowed husband now has to rectify the fact that his now dead wife murdered a man and he didn't know about it for 60 fucking years, it seems. And now he has to deal with that. And she's already fucked off. She's gone. She's doing whatever. She's
peaced out.
She's spinning on the rotisserie in the sky. I don't know, whatever she's doing.
He's probably pissed off that
she's singing with the crawdads, obviously.
She's now a crawdad who is singing out there in the marsh, and he's left with like, the fuck do I do? Like, I would hate to be in that position. Like, my wife that I've been married to forever murdered a man. Like,
honestly, I think he's pissed off that she did it and he didn't get the chance, because it looked for a second, it looked like Tate wanted to rip his fucking throat out.
And I thought that they would deliver more of like, he had more of a motive.
Yeah.
He had more of a motive. Why was he not? You already said, why wasn't he questioned?
Why wasn't he questioned?
Why didn't they play into that more?
No. It was her from the jump. And like, even that, like, even straight up murdering Chase. Okay, Chase was an asshole. So was everyone else in her life.
Yeah, everybody was a piece of shit.
Notwithstanding, literally every single other person was a piece of shit.
Person.
But I don't know that there was even still enough motive for her to kill Chase. Like, okay, yeah, he did some horrifying shit, and probably the worst out of all of them, minus maybe the parental abuse, including abandoning your own child.
Yeah.
And leaving her to starve because you just fucked off because you're sad and mad about your ex-wife leaving, whatever the fuck.
I just love that they don't even explain anything. They're like, he left.
Yeah.
He just got up and left one day.
Daddy left one day.
And scene.
Okay. And then also what was the entire subplot? We can ring the spoiler bell. I'm done talking about that nonsense.
I'm not doing it again.
All right. Well, we're done with spoilers now.
I don't even think you finished the thought, Jay.
I don't care.
They should have. Why didn't they have a random scene if he's talking about, this is what she did? Why wasn't there that random scene where like she's like smiling and she's jokingly doing it type thing?
Yeah.
Or like, why didn't they show her covering up the tracks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they never show anything about fingerprinting the entire the 60
wiping it all down. Yeah, carrying your bleach rags down the railing as you descend. Also, what the fuck was that weird subplot about like resorts and hotels buying up the land that went fucking nowhere? It was like, oh yeah, they're coming around, they're taking photos of my land, better go check on whether I own the property. Hey, you owe back taxes and money. Shit, looks like I'm gonna have to write that book.
She didn't even write a book, James. It was a bunch of pictures.
X amount of time passes.
Come on now.
No, and like fucking Buddy in the law tax office is like, hey, anybody who pays off these back taxes just owns the land. And I was like, oh
so
shit,
ominous.
Oh shit. And then it seems like 6 years pass, and she's like, oh, here's your money.
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say, if these developers really wanted that fucking land, they would have paid it off like
paid
right
it immediately. What was that?
Yeah.
Why was that there?
There's so many things that are just like, why is this here?
I don't get it.
The only person who sweats in that movie is her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad's covered in sweat, but
that
nobody else is. Nobody else is.
That man is, there's a reason he needs a 6-pack of beer every day from jumping. He is trying to hydrate himself. He is sweating. That man cannot deal with the heat.
Like, was it a 6-pack? I thought it was a Mickey of bourbon he always got.
Or that. It was like one or the other.
He needed
something to hydrate.
He needed to lubricate somehow.
Yeah.
It was just, oh my God.
But just like child abuse, child neglect, attempted rape.
She had
child welfare issues. What the fuck?
This girl just went through a hell of a lot of things.
She went through the ringer.
Tate's an asshole.
Tate is an ass. And you never know what he did. I just didn't call you. All right.
But why?
You didn't call. You didn't write. She didn't even know if you were fucking alive. She doesn't have the internet. She's not on her Facebook.
Well, it's 1960, James.
She doesn't have Facebook. And she doesn't have a phone.
She's got nothing.
Even saying that, in the town, they would have talked about it, right? Which we only see her go to town once or twice.
Yeah. She's not going to town.
And every time she goes to town, she looks nice. She's able to go buy groceries. She's not a fucking pariah. And yet in court, she's like the swamp monster. I don't...
Even though she's wearing that beautiful dress.
I don't understand.
Like I said, there's a lot of telling and not showing. And I think that is the downfall of this movie. I could look past certain things. It just feels like there's so much missing. You can't just tell me she's the pariah. You need to show me she's a fucking pariah. Like, they showed him teaching her how to read, and they showed him not having sex with her in that one moment because I don't know, he wants her to stay pure, like stay gold pony boy, and then Buddy just gives her a couple pumps and that's it. But it's like,
oh yeah, Mr. Two Jump in the motel.
Oh Jesus!
At least they showed that.
You know what? I take it all back. He deserved to die for that performance alone. Fuck that guy, 2-pump jumping Daisy Edgar Jones.
And then he's like, you'll learn to like it.
It'll get better for you. It's just your first time.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure I laughed out loud in the theater when that happened. I was like, what the fuck?
I literally looked over at my wife, and she had like her hands over her mouth. She was dying hysterically of laughter.
It was like you said, she's very good in the movie. She's always good, but she's very good in the movie. David Strathairn, great. Your buddy Bubblegum Tate, he was fine. We hated Chase.
Sure.
So fuck Chase Andrews.
But he also wasn't great. Like,
he's not great, but you hate him. You actively hate the guy.
Sure.
Right? We're actively at the point where we're like, fuck that guy. He deserved to die.
Yeah.
He did well enough. He did well enough for you to hate him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody's fucking beautiful in this movie. Nobody looks like they actually grew up on a fucking swamp. And it's just...
Yeah.
I was just sitting there after, and I was just like, what the okay, I get that this was a massive selling novel, but maybe there was a little more motivation or explanations. They're
selling a love story, man.
But that's not what the book was.
I understand that.
And apparently the writer of the book is wanted in connection with a murder.
Yeah,
not for this though. It's
not for this. Unrelated.
Unrelated.
I thought it was actually for this, and then when I read deeper into the article, and I was like, well, that's fucking disappointing.
But that's still fucking wild.
It's whack.
Yeah,
it's fucking whack.
Like, ABC filmed a murder?
Yeah.
Jesus. and they showed it on TV.
Yeah.
Good times.
The 90s were a hell of a time,
Hell of a time.
But all of that said, like, I know this doesn't mean much, but like, the camera was steady. It looked like they were using a tripod.
Yes.
Like, it was
well framed.
There's so few movies these days that aren't fucking shaking because they're holding the damn camera.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you notice it all the time now.
Obviously.
But they're using a tripod. It looks nice. The CGI looks like dog shit, but it looks nice.
They were in the swamp. The swamp scenes were beautiful. Like this, like I was gonna
look nice.
Yeah, like I was gonna comment. I was gonna comment on the cinematography. That like the cinematography looked like it. I sound like a fucking chump saying it. But it was well filmed.
Yeah. It looks great. Like, they should have used less CGI birds, and they could. They could have done
one at the beginning where it was just following the bird. I'm just like, is it like a fucking guy with like the puppet? Like he's just like going like this across the fucking screen, like.
And like they could have done a better job of like editing out the green screen around them when they're standing at the top of the fire tower.
Yeah.
But
that looked like trash.
It's, you know what? Like, that's, if you've noticed, this entire thing was complaining about the movie itself and not the way that it was shot. Like it was about the plot. It was about the acting, the characters, not about the way it was shot. It was shot fine. Like it's watchable.
And how many beaches how many gorgeous beaches are there? And nobody's on them?
150 beaches.
Yeah.
She's got a beach named after her.
Like there's nobody on them
Yeah.
at that time?
Also, homegirl owns like 350 acres of land, so good for her.
Good for her.
She only had to pay like what, $1,000 for it?
$800.
$800.
Well, there would have been more because she waited a few years.
Oh, that's
remember?
true. Yeah, we have no idea how fucking long she waited.
And she wrote like what, 5 different books?
Yeah.
Like, good for her. Good for her.
Yeah.
She's a great artist.
Anyway, that's gonna be a no from me, dog.
I was into it. Like I was into it. Like I was into the story, and then I would fall out, and then I would come back a little bit, and then I would just laugh at myself, and then, like,
So pick up the steelbook for Tony.
All right,
tried.
Tony's
No.
getting the steelbook.
Fuck you guys. I tried to actually like.
Do you want it on 4K or you want regular blue?
Better be fucking 4K. Jesus
With the green
Christ.
screen edits.
I need to see those birds in fucking 4K. God damn it, man.
Birdemic birds.
I am not trash.
It's true. It's true. You are a man of certain tastes.
I tried really hard. I don't know why the hell we picked this movie, but
We picked it because it was something out of our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
going out of the box with this one.
And we're all saying something. We're not all coming at it the same way.
Nope.
Yeah.
And the Taylor Swift song was fine.
We didn't stay for it.
We didn't stay
it
for it.
was fine.
I couldn't care less.
It was fine.
I tried really hard. I just.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. It should have been a lot better. I feel like it's just a movie that people who are unaware of the book
Yeah.
will probably enjoy, because people who are aware of the book are probably going to be pissed off with all the things that they aren't in the movie.
All the teenage girls looking for that sappy fucking romance movie that'll just like, make them cry and make them feel like they need love in their lives. They will like it.
And the guys, the poor bastards,
And
they
the poor
take with them
bastards
who want the manic pixie marsh girl.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the men who are just trying to like, be good.
Yeah. And in a way, aren't we all looking for a manic pixie marsh girl?
It's true. We are all looking for the manic pixie marsh girl who's never looks disheveled and looks like she lives in
She's
the
got
marsh.
a good shower. With
Man,
her
I want to know what that conditioner is, because that fucking hair had nice
Mane
shiny
and
flow.
tail.
Mane and tail. That's definitely what she was doing.
I don't. You know what? I don't even think it was mane and tail. It was whatever came before mane and tail.
She was grinding up bees for the beeswax.
Like she was doing something.
Yeah.
I just. Yeah.
Just
I
no,
tried.
just
I tried.
no.
I tried to. I was disappointed by it, but I think there were just so many things, so few things they could have done to make it better.
I went completely blind into this movie.
So did I.
Oh, I saw the trailer.
Oh,
I did not.
I didn't
I did
remember
not.
much of the trailer, but I saw the trailer.
no, I did not.
I knew it was about a murder trial.
Was it a 3-minute trailer?
It was a
Giving you the
long.
oh,
It was a
fuck me.
long one, but I don't remember anything about it. I just remember there was a murder trial. Also, there's one random scene because she says to David Strathairn, says like, "You're the only one who's ever been nice to me since I was a little girl." I remember that. It's like, okay, sure,
Right.
because there is one scene where she's a little girl and he's nice to her, but after she says that, there's a bit where like he's walking just through the town, just like looking around type thing, and it has zero context and zero anything.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And it's
He
like
sees something in like a bar, and then it like cuts to the next scene, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with anything. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
you
just-
put this here,
Yeah.
but nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
What the hell? Sorry, it just came
Yep.
to me because I remembered being like, what the fuck is this ear for?
Yeah.
Why is this ear?
There was
That-
a lot of that. There was
That's
a lot
it.
of it.
All I need now is I'm gonna rewatch, or I want to watch Normal People because I've never seen Normal People. I hear she's incredible in that, and she was great and fresh. So I hope
Yeah.
she continues to flourish because she
Agreed.
is
Agreed.
a wonderful, wonderful actress. Going on to our next segment. What's it called, James? It's your favorite.
Dave's New Blues.
Woo! I'm not going to take up too much of your time tonight, James.
We got 2 segments
We
to
got
get
two
through. So
segments,
let's
but this one's This one's a go-to. And the movie I'm going to talk about tonight is Pink Flamingos, the seminal actually, you could actually say seminal John Waters classic that put him on the map from 1972. So it has this. I just want to talk about like the packaging. Like it's not a digibook. It's a
Criterion.
It's a Criterion, yes, but it's not a digibook, which I was a little disappointed about. Yeah. But it's a slipcase, and it's kind of like a paper baggy, like
it looks like a paper bag. Yeah, and
then you pull it off, and there's this beautiful portrait of Divine.
Beautiful,
and it even has like the thing you would see in an art.
The John Waters. Yeah. Like John Waters painted it. Yeah.
Which I think is cool.
Very cool.
And then there's a Pink Flamingos barf bag, which I believe is a replica of the barf bag they handed out when you saw the film. And then there is this insert with the essays and whatever writings they want to do. Cool. And it's kind of
like an old zine.
Like an old zine, which I thought was really cool.
Very cool.
And then the cover art for the disc is similar to the cake in the film.
Oh,
like it barely even like it says Pink Flamingos at the bottom.
Yeah.
You don't even know that's what it says.
Yeah.
And since you haven't seen the film, I'm not going to comment on the content, but I don't think this movie has ever looked better, and it's a 4K transfer, and I can't imagine anyone would pay money to watch this movie on 4K because it's probably never going to look better than this.
Wow.
Like
that's amazing.
It looks great. It's still just as disgusting and depraved as ever. If you're into John Waters,
I mean, who isn't?
You need this on your shelf. If you're not into John Waters, don't talk to me. But
your opinion doesn't fucking matter.
If you want to just explore what the word John Waters means, just pick it up.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
You're still my hero for meeting him.
I know. I'm so glad I met him. And I was like the second last person in line to meet him.
Amazing.
He was just like tucked in a corner.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so glad I got a picture with him.
Yeah.
I'm so
glad. You got his book, didn't
you? And I have
a
signed copy of one of his books. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
It's great. It's so good. And yeah, James, I can't wait till we watch Pink Flamingos together.
Yes, it needs to happen. I'm very, very, very excited.
I don't want to talk about it.
You aren't ready.
Are we double teaming that with Sallow?
Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we will, but we won't eat anything that day.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna binge.
You guys are gonna watch Sallow again?
Hell
yes.
Yeah. It's happening.
I have that on Criterion.
It's for Criterion, Tony. It's for the challenge.
I don't want to do it again.
We live to torment Tony.
I bet it would be much better to rewatch Sallow than it would be to watch Cannibal Holocaust ever again, Tony.
Although.
No.
Oh, God.
No. So yes, that's Pink Flamingos.
Quick Dave's New Blues.
James, you mentioned that we have one last segment to talk about tonight, and what is that segment?
It's big news.
Ooh, big news.
It's a big news segment.
Big news.
We only do big news segments when big things happen for our podcast, and we got accredited for Fantasia.
Woo!
Fantasia Film Fest in Montreal.
Woo! We already mentioned it on Twitter for our people who follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
For the real fans, we mentioned it already. But
for the super fans,
super fans already know. But
for y'all on the podcast listening, we got accredited for Fantasia, which is really, really big.
It's a huge genre festival in Montreal. I've always wanted to go. We're accredited. We're unfortunately not going to Montreal this year, but hopefully they will have us back.
Yes, so that we can go in person.
We'll get to go in person. Yeah. But we're going to watch as many movies as we can.
Yep.
Are there any that you guys are excited for? I've already seen a bunch of them, but there's some of them that I really want you guys to see. There's one called Speak No Evil that fucked me up watching it in Sundance.
Can't wait.
And
That is at the top of my list.
I'm tingling thinking about this movie. I want you guys to watch it so badly.
So fucking excited for this one.
And there was another one I saw at South by Southwest called Sissy.
Yes.
That's it's just whack.
Can't wait.
I need you guys.
I remember you talking about that one too.
I need you guys to see these films and I want to talk about them so badly. And I need to see Bodies because I need that in my life.
Yeah.
I've already said 3. Mr. James, What do you want to see?
I want to see What Do We Do With All the Dead Kaiju, just because it rhymes. I just like the flow of that name. I'm going into like a lot of these just kind of blind and just like picking them off a list and just saying, hey, that kind of seems fun. I do want to see Complexus as well because you saw it.
I did. Yes, I did.
Recommended and reviewed, and you're a famous reviewer of Complexus now. So I'm
they gave you a shout out in the press release.
They did. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that.
That is definitely on my list for that.
Shout out to Route 504 PR for that one. Thank you so much, ladies.
Yeah. Also, like, there's quite a lot of Korean films in this one. And I'm kind of into that as well. Special Delivery comes to mind. The Roundup. So there's a few in there that I'm looking forward to just kind of watching. But like a lot of it, I'm just going in like looking at a poster art, reading a little synopsis, and going, sure, let's do it.
Let's fuck me up.
Yeah. Tony, what do you got?
Talk to me, Goose.
Got The Roundup, which is a Korean action movie. That one looks balls to the wall. I'm pretty excited for the Dead Kaiju movie as well.
Yeah.
Another one on my list is Resurrection, which Dave, you saw at Sundance, right?
I did see it at Sundance.
You had nothing but good things to say about it. I'm really excited.
That one's a wild ride.
Yeah, I kind of shit the bed last year and didn't see The Night House.
I still haven't seen The Night House.
Yeah, and she's back. Rebecca Hall, right?
Rebecca Hall.
Everyone has had amazing things to say about The Night House. They say the Resurrection is even better than The Night House. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Your boy Tim Roth's in it.
Tim Roth is in it.
Nice.
Yeah. Dark Glasses. That's a new one from Dario Argento. I was telling you guys before we started recording that I've actually never seen a Dario Argento movie.
Shame.
Like I've seen like you could count Suspiria, but like I don't really remember it.
The Shame Wizard is trying to shame you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to put a bunch of them in my October list for sure.
Yeah. And it's like his first movie in like a long time.
Long time.
Yeah. So like he acted in that Gaspar Noé movie that I saw.
Vortex, right?
Vortex, yeah. But he hasn't directed in a long time.
Oh man, I'm just so excited for it, and I'm also excited for this movie called Deadstream, which Dave is another one that you saw.
Apparently, I'm just killing it with seeing
exactly, just crushing it. Those ones I'm definitely excited for. Hoping they're good.
Yeah.
We had a blast last year when we did Fantasia. So I'm hoping for another good year.
Yeah, it should be fun times.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I think that's all I got for tonight.
So we'll be back though.
Well, we're always gonna come back.
And we're coming back. We're gonna bring the heat with some Fantasia movies, I think.
We sure will.
Definitely.
So get pumped for that, and you should probably wear like one of those Made of the Mist poncho things because there's going to be a lot of blood.
I can't fucking wait.
There will be a splash zone, so
definitely
prep yourselves for that. But my name is Dave,
James,
Tony B,
and this is Finger Guns. We hope you enjoyed listening, and we will talk to you very soon.
Fuck you, spaceman.